come on, man, hang out for a minute, smoke with me. I got weed, got my bong out. Come on, son.
Know what I'm saying?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Hyperbolic podcast. I'm coming to you from Skinner Butte in the disgusting yet quaint Eugene, Oregon. You may be noticing something different. We're doing video now. I've been paying for StreamYard for 2 months. This is the first time I'm fucking using this because I am a colossal failure, but also a lazy person. Maybe not lazy, just we'll call it uninspired. I'm just uninspired. I figured I was already bringing you really terrible quality audio. I might as well throw terrible video into the mix. Let's fucking do this. Honestly, I'm really coming into this not even having any idea of what I even want to say. There's so much shit going on. In my life, in the country, in the world. I mean, there are fucking alabaster terrorists storming our fucking government buildings, showing their asses, not wearing masks, spreading their fucking contagion, both viral and verbal, all over the fucking place. And, you got ladies jumping off of fucking bridges with their children in their arm. You've got fucking people back home in Louisville. There's been a fucking murder every day. In the 3 weeks that I've been gone 3 weeks. 3 weeks yesterday. And there has been at least one murder every single day in Louisville since. There's just so much going on. I don't even know where to start. So you know what? Let's just jump right into it. The people of Eugene don't like to fuck like normal people. When I say normal, I just mean the way that everyday people fuck. And I'm not even meaning that as, these fucking original lays, regular ass white dudes doing strictly mish. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about people that are just doing so much more than, a mish to doggy, to cowgirl, to possibly like cuddle fuck, some ass slapping, some dirty talk, toys, regular stuff. That, to me, that is regular stuff. You throw a cock ring into the mix, that's just regular sex. It's just regular sex now. And that's never been more apparent to me than since I've been here, because everybody out here apparently is just like a fucking deviant. They're all fucking deviants. It's all too often that you hear a story from somebody that they're like, yeah, we had the conversation before. Yes, I'm into this. Oh, I'm into this. Nothing crazy in depth, just getting an idea, getting a feel of what one another is into, so that you may have a better idea of what is and isn't okay. Okay. Now, we're not even getting into consent yet. And we're not even, consent is just mandatory. I don't have to fucking even, and it shouldn't even, it should go without saying. It should go without saying, you fucking rapists. Consent. It goes without saying. So I shouldn't have to fucking tell you to ask for consent. Anyway, so it's just far too often that I hear these conversations, you know, of obviously consenting adults. They're into it. They're getting into it, and they're both seemingly enjoying it, and you know, and you'll say I'm the guy, and maybe in this particular situation we are in some strictly mish right now, just missionary right now, okay? And I'm doing my best. I'm really, really putting my best foot forward. I always shoot for A+. Sometimes it ends up being B+. Sometimes I end up just being C average. But I always try to give A+ effort. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my best to supply A+ effort. It seems to be working. Things are clicking. They're flowing. There's just a natural there's a natural tempo. There's a natural, what is the fucking word I'm looking for? There is a natural whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's there. It's there. You're enjoying it. She seems to be enjoying it. She's showing faces of, I want to say elation, but I'm trying really hard. I don't want to be a fucking douchebag. You know, this is not an attempt for me to talk about my sexual prowess. Do you understand? She seems like she's fucking enjoying it. The faces that she's making do not look pained. They look pleasured. So, you know, it's all good. And then, you know, she bites her lip and she closes her eyes and she says, "Choke me until I'm dead." Oh, come again? Yeah, daddy. Choke me until I'm fucking dead. Choke me until I'm dead. Choke me until I'm coming while I'm fucking dead. And then while you're coming, I want you to fucking beat on my chest and try to revive me while you're blowing a load inside of me. Could you imagine producing a baby through a session like that? Like, could you imagine, you know, in you know, however many fucking years, you know, say she gets pregnant and you actually keep this fucking monster, because you can only imagine the inherent trauma that is going to come from that sexual experience through that fucking child. Have you ever heard the theory about fears that people have, and that it may actually be inherent from something that happened way, way further back in their past lineage, and that due to that, it was imprinted in our DNA to now fear that. Okay, so I don't even know what the fuck I don't even know where I was going with that. Have you ever heard of it? You know something now. I feel like I somewhere in there it applied. So obviously you probably have a better memory than I do. So just refer back to about 8 to 12 seconds ago, and then join me back in this moment right now. So yeah, just imagine. Oh yeah, imagine the fucking trauma that your child is going to be born with, and not even fucking, that kid is gonna be a fucking monster. It's gonna be a monster. If it's not a monster, if it actually ends up being a well-adjusted person, despite all of your efforts, if it actually ends up being a well-adjusted person, and it asks you one day, "Daddy, how did you and mommy meet?" and you tell them the story of your meet cute and your cute banter and all the just the passion and the sweet nothings and the whatever. And then he asks you the question, well, Daddy, how are babies made? Now, this is assuming that by this time, I mean, if we're in the year 2021, we'll say that these questions start coming up. We'll say when you start doing it around puberty. So we'll say between 10 and 13. Okay. The fact that people are going into fucking puberty at 10 is weird. That's a whole other can of worms. But we'll say 10 to 13. So we're assuming that in the year, 2031 to 2034, that kids don't already just straight know how to fuck when they're like 5. Because you literally you can't keep a child from fucking knowing nothing. You can't prevent them from learning things. You could homeschool them. That's an option. But then you're going to make them weird because they're not going to know how to fucking interact with people other than their parents. And then they're going to have a really weird relationship with you that is going to stunt their future relationships, especially romantic. God, you guys are just really fucking your kids up out here, man. So you tell them, son, that's what they call the birds and the bees. Well, son, when two people love each other, I'm going to give the G version. I'm going to give the version that should be given out. Okay. Son, when two people love each other, and they care for one another, the way that they show that they love each other is that they do an intimate act that solidifies their love. And sometimes within that act, a little baby is made. A little baby like you were, and that's how you got here. That's how you got here, bud. This is how it should actually go. Daddy, how are babies made? Well, son, I was standing at work, not doing much. I was swiping through Tinder. I saw your mom on there, and I looked at her. I looked at that smile. I looked at those eyes. I looked at her in her obligatory lingerie photo. I saw the boobs and I saw the buns, son, and I was down. I knew I wanted to fuck that lady. So we met, and we had a lot of things in common, and we like the same movies, same music. We wanted to travel to the same places, or at least the same types of places, that would allow us to be open-minded with one another. And one night we really realized, hey, I care about this person. And I also think this person is really, really attractive. And I'm trying to get in that. So that's what I did. And I put my penis in your mom's vagina, and felt great. Really, really solidified our relationship in that moment, because then I knew that shit fucking hit, son. Fucking hit. And so I knew, I was like, I'm good. This is the one. And and then getting toward the end, your mother looked me deep in my eyes And in that moment, I knew that she truly loved me. You know, like she loved me deeply, like for me, for my heart, for my brain. And she looked me deep into my eyes and she said, "Daddy, choke me until I'm fucking dead. And then right before you come, I want you to beat on my chest and bring me back to life and come inside of me." And 6 weeks later, we found out that you existed. And then some 9 months later, you came into this world. And I want to tell you that I had never felt anything like that before in my life. I want to tell you that. I want to tell you that I had never been happier. I had never felt more accomplished. That I had never been more centered in my life. That in that moment I felt like I had true meaning. That I had true direction. It's not the case. I had panic attacks for like the entire pregnancy, just marking down the days like a fucking death row prisoner, until you came. And then you came, and I was in the room and I got to watch you fucking blow your mom's vagina out and she shit herself. It was a real spectacle. And I fainted, which I didn't see that coming, but I did. And it's because I looked at you crowning. That's when your head's poking out. You can see the, and really disgusting. And I think I passed out. I know I passed out. And then when I came to, you were there, and your mother was, you know, albeit she looked like she had just been through a fucking war. She was glowing and she was beautiful. And I had never been more in love with her in my entire life. I felt so connected to her. And I looked at you, and immediately I was like, there's no fucking way that that's mine. That kid looks like fucking King Koopa wrapped in a baby blanket. A kid looks like something out of a fucking trauma movie. You know what I mean? Like it looks like, it doesn't look like, it looks like it didn't come out of my girlfriend's vagina. It looks like it burst forth from her fucking stomach. And I fucking hated you. Oh, I hated you. I resented you. I resented you because all I could think about was the fact that the next, I mean, let's be realistic. The next, however long it is until I die, I'm responsible for you. And, you know, I can't just come to the Butte and record shitty podcasts and, you know, watch all the bums interact with one another and, you know, talk to each other without masks on. And, you know, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to drive the city aimlessly. I wouldn't be able to go to the AM PM convenience store every morning for my 99-cent coffee, and meet gentlemen like Bobby that I met yesterday that is fully under the impression that he has been fucked with his entire life by various secret societies, including but not limited to the Freemasons, the fucking what do you call them? The Mormons, the Scientologists, various cults and secret societies. He is fully under the impression that they are and have been fucking with him, since, in his words, his incarnation into this fucking place. They've been fucking with him, man. And you know, I wouldn't get to meet characters like that. And you know, I really hope that one day I will be able to have Robert on the show, because actually, I think at the end of this episode, I'm going to include a nice little snippet of Robert has not only one YouTube channel but 3 YouTube channels that each have about a minimum of 40 videos apiece. And from what I've seen, none of them are any longer than you know, than 10 minutes long. But they're fucking, they're a gold mine. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Your Mom's House podcast, and in that are familiar with Fed Smoker. If you aren't, I suggest that you look Fed Smoker up. I suggest that you look up any Your Mom's House episodes where they talk about Fed Smoker, because I believe that I have found my Fed Smoker. I think the only difference is my Fed Smoker doesn't smoke meth, but he does like to fuck with cops. This dude is a fucking, he's a maniac. He is a fucking maniac, and he's also completely brilliant, and he is also a complete fucking moron. It's the most interesting thing I've ever encountered. So I'm going to include a little snippet from one of the videos that I really liked of his, that I thought was really funny. And but you know, hopefully I'll have him on the show at some point, and you know, that would be really fun. I digress. I wouldn't get to meet guys like Robert, you know, at fucking 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning getting coffee. You know? And then I start thinking about all the things that I never did do, that now I definitely can't do. Because now I'm a parent, and I'm now held to a different standard. So like, even if I wanted to freebase cocaine, I can't do that now, because that's frowned upon for parents to freebase. I mean, it's frowned upon for anybody to freebase cocaine, but it's definitely frowned upon to freebase cocaine when you have children. So I can't do that now. You know, I can't bring a prostitute into the house and have relations with her. I can't do that with the child because it's frowned upon. What else can't I do? I don't know. I mean, I guess I can still like abduct people and dismember them in the basement and bury them under the floor. I guess I could still do that. It's just a lot. There's just a lot more to work around when you have a child. There are so many more bases to cover. I can barely keep my shit straight now, and I have ultimate freedom. I could not possibly have more freedom unless I lived completely in an area where there's no one to tell me what to do. Okay, and then when I say I have the freedom, I mean I have the freedom as in, like, I guess it just really just depends on how you look at it. Okay, this pandemic is fucked. This pandemic is completely fucked. Personally, while it has been awful, for somebody of my specific disposition, what with the mental illnesses and all, this has been a fucking absolute joy for me. And I think that while it has harmed me in other ways, I feel like it helped me in the moment with things that I needed to deal with right then. Basically, for me and my mental health, it could not have happened at a better time. And now, as the year went on, I've ended up here, which is a gift and a curse, because I really had nothing going for me back in Kentucky. I hate Kentucky. I hate Louisville. There are people there that I absolutely adore. And if I could have packed them all in my car and brought them with me, I would have. But that's not a reality. Fuck Louisville. Fuck Kentucky. Fuck the South. Yeah. Yeah, that's the gift. The gift is being able to not have to be there anymore. The freedom is being able to say, well, fuck it. I don't have anything going for me here. Bye. And that's what I did. For me, that is freedom. Okay? To be able to jump into my car with nothing tying me down, that's freedom. No tie downs. No bills that I can't pay from anywhere. No children, no wife, no this one makes me sad, but no pets. Makes me really sad. But no pets. I have nothing. I have no ties. And it's funny, I saw a meme yesterday or the day before that said something to the effect of, I have this uncle that that nobody knows where he lives, and you only see him when he randomly shows up, or something to that effect. And I was like, yo, that's my whole aesthetic. That's been my whole aesthetic for a long time. And even more so now, because nobody in Louisville knows where I live. They know that I'm in Eugene. Some of them know that I'm in Eugene, Oregon, but none of them know my address. And I like it that way. I like it that way. It's scary when you think about, dying, and maybe I'm on the road, I'm driving through the desert, and something happens, and and I'm dead in the desert. Well, nobody knows that I'm in the fucking desert. Nobody's gonna find me. Or really, that's my only thing. I don't want to die in an apartment, or in my car, or in an undisclosed location of any kind, where I just get to sit there and like decompose, and like nobody even knows where I am or that I'm dead. But also, there's some selfish freedom in that, I don't know how to describe that, and I fear trying to describe it will only further make me sound like a fucking sociopath, which I very well may be. I don't know. I don't think I am. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds? I'm sure that there were a lot of serial murderers that didn't realize that they wanted to murder serially until they were like in their fucking 40s or something. So I mean, fuck, I think Dennis Rader was like well into his late 30s or 40s before he started murdering anybody. So I also could be very wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. But I know that there are definitely murderers that did not start murdering until they were pretty late in life. So that could be me. Or maybe the fallout of this whole pandemic and the fallout of the inevitable crumble of our country, of our society, of our fucking planet. Um, maybe that will maybe that'll trigger a little something in all of us, and that it may very well turn into a Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, I Am Legend kind of dystopia. I'm really hoping for fucking Waterworld, but oops, fingers crossed. Um, but maybe all of this results in that, and maybe we all go a little fucking. Actually, the thing that I feel like I could most accurately equate it to would be the movie Cyborg with the iconic Jean-Claude Van fucking Damme. Okay, JCVD. If you haven't seen Cyborg, look it up. It's about a virus that sweeps the entire planet. I think they call it like the Black Death or something. It's very similar to the plague, except it just completely ravages the fucking planet. Kind of similar to what we're fucking looking at right now. Not too fucking far off. And it's just turned everybody into just fucking bloodthirsty, violence and just violence-driven marauders. Maybe that's our future. Maybe that's the future of our species. Maybe we're expecting our species to go from more human to more half human, half robot, or full AI with human consciousness, or just AI. Maybe this entire planet, maybe we just turn into robots with thoughts and feelings and opinions, or maybe in the span of fucking 5 years, we live on a virtual wasteland, and we're murdering each other for water, food, and weapons. And that's another thing that I have to worry about if I have a fucking kid, is like, now I gotta fucking take care of you. I have to worry about surviving myself and helping you survive. And I mean, if you've ever met a child, you know that there are very few children that, even though they are more than capable of doing most things, they fucking won't, because they're pieces of shit. They're selfish, lizard brain, id-driven pieces of shit. And that's how you get fucking got. That's how you get got. That's how you get fucking dead. That's how you get butt fucked in the street, get your head cut off, and posted on a fucking stake, at the state capitol. That's how you do that. Have a fucking kid. Have a kid when the world really takes a shit. So so you were you blasted forth from your mother's womb like a fucking Kool-Aid man, and these are all the thoughts that went through my head. These are all the things that I'm gonna have to deal with now because you fucking exist. And wow. I mean, folks, if that, I think that literally just took about fucking 15 or 20 minutes. if that right there alone doesn't show you that I should absolutely not have children, it is that. Look, don't get me wrong. A lot of these are just jokes. I mean, like, I more than likely do not like your fucking kids. That's not a joke. I don't want to babysit your kids. That's not a joke. Unless your kid is like 13 and fucking angsty and doesn't leave its fucking room anyway, I don't want to watch your fucking kid. Like these are all very real life things. But you know, obviously I'm joking about smacking your kids in the fucking mouth with bags of cereal. Or, you know, whatever we know, whatever else in the future I may come up with. You know, who knows, maybe one day, you know, your fucking kid hides my phone and won't fucking tell me where it is. And, you know, you cut to 15 minutes later and I'm fucking waterboarding him in the kitchen sink. That's a joke. That's a joke. You know? It's just a joke. If you're only listening to this episode, you're not gonna get that. But you know, it's just a joke. You know, I don't want to smack your kids in the face. I don't want to waterboard them, like entirely. It's just jokes. But definitely, I don't, you know, don't leave your kid under my supervision. Because I'm telling you right now, and I've really started doing this over the last, like, I would say year or two, and I'm going to continue doing it going forward. If you leave your children under my care, I am not going to talk to them as if they are children. I'm going to talk to them like they're fucking adults. So, you know, if the kid says something dumb, I'm gonna look at them as if I would one of my friends, and I'm like, "What are you, a fucking idiot? What are you, dumb?" Like, you know. Or if the kid asks me, like, you know, asks me what is death, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him that it is complete and utter tranquil nothingness. I'm gonna tell him that when you're dead, you don't know you're dead. I'm going to tell them that the concept of death is a construct by man along with time. And that is the only thing, we are the only species that actually gets to dread their own death. Because any other species of any other animal, they have no idea. They don't know what death is. They don't, and not to say that they don't know what it is to lose something or someone, or to mourn, but they don't know, they don't have the ability to conceptualize dreading death. They just know to deal with it in the moment. They instinctually know how to deal with it, but they don't know how to overthink it like we do. That's what I'm going to tell your kid. And you know what? I don't care if the kid's only 4. Okay? I'm going to sit the little motherfucker down. I'm going to give the little piece of shit a bag of animal crackers or Cheez-Its or something to shove in its stupid face so it doesn't talk so much. And I'm gonna give it the real deal, Holyfield fucking news. I'm gonna give him the real deal shit. I'm gonna tell him what's really going on. When you die, you don't know, you're just dead. It just goes black and you don't know. I don't know if heaven exists, but I'm almost positive that it doesn't. You know, if your kids ask me, is God real? I'm going to tell your kid, I don't know. I don't think so. And if God does exist, they do not exist in whatever form your parents and their dipshit friends have fucking told you. You know, as they're swinging fucking snakes around in the air and speaking gibberish. You know, so honestly, I could make a fucking Ooh, I can make a business out of that, bro. Oh, fuck. You don't want to tell your kids about sex? You don't want to explain death to your kids? You don't want to explain the meaning of life to your kids? You don't want to explain space or the ocean? You want to explain homosexuality? You don't want to explain transgender? You don't want to explain all these things? Pay me, I'll do it for you. Give me $100. Leave the kid there for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I will answer every fucking question that kid has that you don't have the fortitude to answer yourself because you're a big fucking coward. You throw me some ducats and I'll fuck your kid's life up with some information, dude. You know what I mean? I'll let them know what the fucking deal is. That's actually not a bad idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. This is on video. This is on video. I just came up with this idea. I don't know for a fact that it's original, but to me in this moment right now, it's fucking original. It's on fucking video. There's proof that I came up with it. Eat a dick. I'm gonna make all the money. And again, that's these, you know, I hate to do another episode about how much I don't like kids, but you know, it without me even realize, I didn't even realize that it was going to be a two-parter opinion. I didn't know that it was going to be an opinion that would take multiple episodes to really get my feelings across about, but here we are. Yeah, you know, I think that's really all I have. This video stuff, I'm hoping will really start to progress quickly. I'm hoping we can get more shit out. I'm hoping we, by me, I mean the royal we. I'm hoping that I can really start putting out more video stuff. I really do want to start doing streams on Twitch. I have an old episode that it was like it was a Sunday session episode that I would really like to do something with that within a live stream on Twitch. I definitely do think that I want to start building up my building up a YouTube channel and really start going fucking full bore on the videos, especially with guests. And you know, I've done the audio only guest episodes unreleased because they got fucked up because Anchor sucks as a recording platform. But I've done it and it's just not the same. You know, I've done the podcast with another person and I've done the solo podcast and it's just not, doing it by yourself is just not the same. So I definitely am looking forward to having guests on, or hopefully at least having somebody here to basically play a human laugh track. You know, somebody to just tell you when to laugh when you don't even know that what you're laughing at is actually funny. I need one of those. I need one of those in my life. So, but yeah, so look forward to that, or don't. I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. Videos on YouTube. I'm gonna start the channel. I'm gonna start putting up all the information about any of those channels, any updates on those things on my social media. So look up Hyperbolic Podcast on Facebook. Go to Instagram at Hyperbolic Pod. On Instagram, there is a link tree link that has links to all of my socials. It has links to all the platforms that are available with audio. It will eventually include all of my links to video platforms. So it's not, none of this shit is hard to find. Do a little work. Okay? You know, I can put it toward your hands as much as possible, but only you can actually take it in your fucking hands. So do that. Subscribe, follow, like, whatever. Rate and subscribe on fucking Apple Podcasts. Review whatever the fuck you do on there. I don't know. I don't use Google, or I don't use Apple Podcasts, but all the good shit you can do on there for somebody's podcast that is on there, do that. Just do all those things for me. Keep it going. And what else? Yeah. Eventually follow me on Twitch. Actually, I have a channel, Hyperbolic TV on Twitch. Go follow that now. Look forward to that now. The YouTube will be it will be Hyperbolic Podcast. I'm pretty sure you can go follow that now, even though there isn't anything up on there right now. This will hopefully be by that time. I don't fucking know. Who knows? We could get blasted out of fucking space by an asteroid in the next 5 fucking seconds. I don't fucking know. I'm doing my fucking best. I'm doing my best. I'm only one person. I'm one person learning how to do all this shit. Okay? I am a one-man band. I'm a one-man band. I am a man without a fucking island. And, or a man without a country, whatever the... I'm alone. I'm so lonely. So just go and like and follow and subscribe and fucking interact, for fuck's sake. Interact. What else do you have to do? We're in a pandemic. Half of you motherfuckers don't even have jobs and don't even go anywhere anyway. Fucking talk to me on Instagram. Talk to me on Facebook. Come into these videos. Comments. Eventually when I do live streams, come into the live streams and leave comments and give me money or just show fucking support. Do something with your miserable fucking lives. Do something. And I really, really appreciate everyone thus far. And thank you so much for listening to the Hyperbolic Podcast. Thank you so much for now watching the Hyperbolic Podcast. And bye.